I'm going to be showing you how to scale using Forex as well as futures accounts. And no, you don't need to learn two different strategies, not have a strategy for NAS and then have a strategy for a Forex pair. No, I trade fully mechanical, so I trade exactly the same no matter what pair I am trading. I just trade different pairs to be able to accommodate for both. What corner should we go here? In this series, I have bought a 50k Fivers futures account as well as a 10k Fivers Forex account just to split across two pairs. So I'm going to be trading gold on the Forex, idiot, gold on the futures, and EU on the Forex. Trading my fully mechanical strategy, which I've had one trade. As you can see, I took one trade on my futures accounts, which I actually lost, and then I have not traded on the Forex yet. So I took one gold trade earlier this week, and like I say, I haven't traded. I'm basically doing this series just to show you the importance of splitting your risk across both, as well as your probabilities across both. Because in the strategy I trade, we have things where we split different variables in the way we find bias, which reduces trade frequency on some and increases on some, which ultimately gives us two different sides of probabilities. One pair where we have the mech strategy, which is what I'm going to be testing, which is what I'm going to be trading in this. Higher trade frequency, bigger win streaks, bigger loss streaks. The hybrid, lower trade frequency, less loss streaks, less win streaks. So, like, we split ourselves across them. This is us splitting ourselves across Forex and futures because, for example, EU could go on a heater and gold could be break even or go on a losing streak, and that would just keep me static. Whereas because I am only trading EU on my Forex for in this example for this series, I'll be trading EU on my Forex, gold on my futures. If gold goes on a heater and EU doesn't, I'm going to pass my futures, and then vice versa for EU on Forex. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm using Fivers because they are, well, they're the best firm in the game which has both Forex and futures. So hence why I've gone for them. I didn't want to split across Fivers and then like Top Step, for example. I wanted to do on the same firm and be able to split Forex and futures, hence why I've gone. So they've actually got a 10% code. If you use the code Harvey, gets you 10% off on either Forex or futures. So definitely check them out. Like I said, you buy an account. If you buy an account here, you'd get a second chance for free, which is obviously even more beneficial. So you get two chances at buying, two chances at passing the same account for one price. So you can do that with the Forex or futures accounts. I would suggest honestly doing it with both, like I say, because you can split it across this. So what I'll put up my journal. I actually journal this trade after we take it, so I can show you how I journal right now as well. But as you can see here, we so we're down 900 on one and we're break even on the other. If I just show you what I would be tracking, so day, I can actually tell you what day it would be. It was Friday, the 26th of the, what month is it? The 6th, 2026. Session, it was London pair. This was a gold pair, so it was futures. It was a short. It was a loss. It was -1 RR. So we're -1 on the challenge right now. I actually did manage to do that from memory, but basically this is just going to be me showing you how you can scale using both Forex and futures, and with a simple strategy where you don't have to learn something for one and something for another, where you can just trade the exact same strategy, the exact same step-by-step system, and you can just split your risk across both by just trading different pairs. So let me break down the trade and let me show you how simple the model I actually trade is, which, well, how simple the model I trade which took this loss. But that is just timing. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these videos every single week, so I will update you with everything I do weekly, and I'm going to do this until I'm getting payouts from these accounts. If I fail them, I'll just buy more accounts. Just one of them things. I'm also going to be doing this series very soon with live accounts, so show you how to scale live accounts, because live accounts is a bit different. I'm not going to be trading one pair on a live account. I will be trading all my pairs and all strategies. It's not all strategies, it's all variations, but lower risk, and showing you the benefit of that with a live account, where you can have the benefits of having as much drawdown as you want. So the first thing I do when I come onto the market is I mark out my session times, which for me is midnight to 8 a.m. is Asian session. I never trade Asian session. I never trade Asian session. Asian session is purely to frame my London trades off. So midnight to 8 a.m. is what I mark out for that, and then 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. is my New York session, is my London session. But again, I only use my London session to trade off Asian session liquidity, and then I use my London session liquidity, so 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. to trade my New York trades. So I will show you how I find my bias right now. So this is, like I say, the fully mechanical strategy, which is the simplest strategy in the game. I've traded multiple strategies and nothing's easier than this, and nothing's paid me. So this is the only strat, this is the easiest strat I've ever used and the only one to pay me. So I think that says it enough. Let me hide these. But essentially what I look for is the most recent break of structure on the 4-hour chart, which is to a fractal. So fractal, if you comment fractal, I will send you what the indicator is for these. But essentially what it does is I keep having like a speech impediment. What it does is it installs these triangles above and below significant highs. Just like I say, it's a mechanical strategy. It mechanicalizes the way I can find valid breaker structures, because breaker structures happen everywhere. Are you going to listen to every breaker structure? No, otherwise you'd just be all breaker structure, breaker structure, breaker structure. Technically it does do that, but you only want to be taking valid ones. So we look for the most recent break to a high or low with a fractal on, and the easiest way I do this is like, has anything broke above this one? Nope. Anything broke below this one? Nope. Anything broke above this one? Nope. Anything broke below this one? Yes. Therefore we are bearish. If I'm bearish, I'm looking to sell, and because I trade off liquidity sweeps, that means I'm waiting for a sweep of a high. And because I trade, like I say, London session, I use Asian session, New York session, I use London session. I'm looking for Asia high, which for me would be the highest point of price between midnight and 8 a.m., which is actually where current price is right now. So look, I could literally come on 5 minutes before market open, and then that's my analysis done. Boom, we actually sweep on the first candle of market open. So the candle of market, so 8 a.m. candle and the 1 p.m. candle belongs to the session to the right. So the 8 a.m. candle, if it does sweep like it did here, that is counting as London session. So that is a London session sweep. Same as if this was coming into New York, that would be coming into New York, this would be a New York sweep. So we've had our sweep there. This has also given us our first candle in line with our bias, which initiates the fake out zone, which is the second step. So we have the sweep and then we have the fake out. The fake out would mean that I would be drawing a box on 70% of the candle, which gives me this area. Then I'm just waiting for that to get tapped into, which as you see here, we get tapped into that straight away. So like I say, it's very step by step, very mechanical. We have the sweep, we have the fake, and then now all I'm waiting for is a break of structure in line with the bias. So because we're bearish, a bearish break of structure. If I was bullish, it would be a bullish break of structure. And then again, the fractals come into play here just to keep it mechanical. Same way as we use it for the bias to determine a valid break of structure, we also use it for the entry to determine a valid break of structure. So all I'm waiting for is a 5-minute break of structure to the downside to a fractal low. So if I just play price out now, you see a fractal forms in there, and we actually get our break of structure just there. So like I say, it's the easiest strategy in the game. We've had all our steps now. So we've had our sweep, we've had our fake, and now we've had our break. So what do we do for entry? Another mechanical thing. Rather than using an imbalance or an order block or mitigation block or any of these buzzword PDAs, we use a fib, which is just a tool which gives you a fixed area in conjunction to what it like matches the current market volume. So it's not going to be a set point. It's not going to be a set point like just in general. It's a specific point in relation to the size of the move. So because the move's this side, the 618 is our entry here. But if the move was this big, our 618 would be there. If the move was smaller, it would be there. It matches current market volume and gives us a fixed entry. So again, we keep things mechanical. Like everyone who trades this model would enter on the exact same thing because it's so step by step. So at this point, we'd have our entry on the 618, stop loss at the 1.025, and then we target a fixed free risk to reward, like so. And then that is it. And then we play price out. We would have got tapped in there, and then we would have gone and hit stop loss there, which obviously is what's shown here as our first loss of the series, which again, I have taken a loss on my gold account, on my futures, and my Forex account is completely untouched, which means if Euro wins tomorrow, I'm good. Excuse me, if Euro wins tomorrow, or whenever, if it wins the first trade, I'm going to be up 3R, and then this account is going to be down 1R. rather than my account being up 2R because I'm trading both. I'm splitting my risk across both assets, and overall just spreading my probabilities. After all, trading is a big game of probabilities, so you want to put yourself on side with the best chance of making money in this game. So, like I say, that is the strategy that I will be using forever. That is a strategy that I'm going to be using in this series. This exact one, that exact way of finding bias, that exact way of entry. The entry is exactly the same. The only difference between the variations is the bias finding. So, this is exactly it. This is me showing you how I took the loss, which is obviously it's not a good advertisement for the model, but it's trading for you. So first trade, first loss. This is what the accounts are looking at right now. Oh, so untraded on the 10k, one loss on the 50k. And then yeah, I'm going to be updating these weekly, and I'm going to be showing you every single trade I take, being as transparent as I can. Like I say, I'm going to have a live account series coming soon as well. I'm still kind of deciding what I'm going to trade on that, hence why I've pushed back on it a bit, because I want to show you how I'm going, because my plan is I'm going to be depositing in the live a fixed number into the live account every single month, and then I'm going to be trading it as well, showing you every single trade. So you guys will literally be seeing how much money I'm making from this game and how easy I'm making it. Like I say, that strategy, that's not just, oh, today was easy. That is my strategy I trade every single day. If none of them steps, if we get a sweep and a fake but no break, I don't trade. If we get a sweep and a break but no fake, I don't trade. If we get a fake and a break, I don't know how we could, because there wouldn't have been a sweep. But you see what I mean. I follow step by step. I follow it to a T, and I never like go off the plan. I just trade that. So, like I say, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be scaling my funded with Forex and futures right now. And then when I've got my live account series going as well, there will be, I'll probably split it up. So right now I'm going to be doing this series every week. So show you every trade I take every week. I think the next, when I get the live account series going as well, it will be like bi-weekly swaps. So I will do the funded series 1 week, live series the other week, and so on and so forth. And then I'll just be breaking down 2 weeks worth of trades on each. Like I said, I'm going to be showing you every execution, every trade I take, the exact breakdown of the trades I take, and showing you, because if you're going to be seeing that, me, someone who is just a actual trader, an actual person, I hope you can see like I am like just a relatable guy. If you see every trade I take, the amount of money I'm putting into trading into my live account for that series, the amount of fundeds I'm buying, because like I say, I'm buying 2 till I fail it. I'm not doing what I usually do, which would be buying accounts weekly, which would probably be doing the best, but I'm showing you how to scale on a budget, because total, this was about 100 quid total for them 2 accounts. And I'm going to be showing you that you can do it in a way, because I'm splitting it across 2 fundeds, 2 pairs. If I was doing it the way where I trade both pairs on each account, I wouldn't be doing it. I would be buying more accounts, because like 2 pairs can go on a losing streak at the same time, blow it. But they can also go on a winning streak quicker and pass. But I'm going to be showing you this way to show you that you can do it on a budget and you can scale without having to put your hand too much in your wallet. You still need to, and the best way to do would be doing that. But again, I'm just showing you how to do it on a budget and showing you how to do it with an easy strategy. So stick around for more. The next video will be out next week. This is the first of the series. There's only 1 trade to show, which is obviously not ideal, but it is what it is. And if you can see this fucking rashes on my neck, Jesus, it's so, I keep getting these heat rashes, but besides the point. But yeah, if you do like what you see and you are interested in learning that simple model, then just drop me a message, drop me a comment. My Instagram and TikTok or whatever, my TikTok's actually shadow banned, so I don't post on that. But my Instagram's down below, or just drop a comment, and maybe I'll put my Discord down below as well. You can drop me a message. I can help you where you can in regards to this model. If you just want general trading advice, or you just want whatever, then just shoot me a message, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Also, all my links are down in the description. There's a couple discount codes down for you. Like I say, you can get yourself these ones. I would say actually get both. You can get the 10k and 50k, and you can literally join this challenge with me, because like I say, this strategy is so simple that you could probably just visually learn it just from watching it. There's a few back end things which I can help you with, which is the difference between being unprofitable and profitable for me. But like I say, like drop me a message and we can go deeper into that.